Welcome back to the High School Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score, TSportsNetwork.com, and the mobile app brought to you by Happy State Bank. We move into the Matador Fan Zone where we're talking more boys basketball, and these Estacado Matadors have been red hot, and we're sitting down with Coach Wagner. I want you guys to introduce yourselves as well, even though everyone knows you're here in the Estacado fan base. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Cameron Sherman. I'm a senior at Estacado High School.
Armond Ward, senior, Estacado High School.
All right, we will jump right in to this last win here for you guys. And Coach Wagner, start with you. You moved to 9-0 in district play. You guys now have a chance to go 10-0, perfect district season. Already have the district locked up with Levelland here tomorrow night. But with the run that you guys have been on in this last win for you, what stood out about what you guys have done, and what is this? By the way, 5th straight district title. What has that meant to you?
Well, I mean, I think that's an expectation in our program is to be district champions and area champions and get to the regional tournament. For us, we're looking to build days so that we're getting better each day for down the road, so we can play as long as possible. And so they bought into that. Our first group has been playing really well the last couple of games, and so we got our second group come in and have jump started us and got us going a little bit. And I think it's a luxury to have that amount of depth.
And it was a 96-45 win over Big Spring. Cam, I'll go to you next. Talking about district championships and things like that. You can hear your coach tell you guys stuff all day long, but it's got to be player owned. What is it like locker room talk wise between you guys whenever you're trying to say, hey, we're trying to keep traditions, and for most of us, for the seniors, we don't know what not winning a district title is like. How player owned is that?
Like we won district last game. We were so used to winning district, we just went to the locker room. Our coach had to come back out there, tell us to come out there, take the pictures, take the trophy and stuff like that. So, every year we expect to win our district every year. And to lock in, even if it's a simple game, coach tells us to lock in. Because when we play the big schools, we can't turn it off and on. We got to leave it on always.
Amar, I'll go to you next. You have the district locked up, and hey, playoffs are here right around the corner, but you have a chance to go 10-0 in district play. How focused have you guys been to not look around the corner and not look past a Levelland squad that you guys have already beaten once this year?
We try not to look over anybody because, they can beat us on any given night if we're not playing how we need to play.
I'll have you guys take me through, and since you have the mic, Amar, I'll go to you. Take me through the win over Big Spring. What did you guys see on the court? What did it take to beat Big Spring a second time?
I think it was the defense, because we can really get whatever shot we want to when we're on offense. It's just when we're bought in on defense, it's really hard to beat us. And
Cam, I'll let you go as well.
I think emotions was high that night, due to it being our senior night, our last home game. We kind of started the game off a little shaky. But then after that, like my teammate Armand said, once we get on the defense end, that's pretty much it. Our defense started, then we get hot on offense.
We will keep rolling here with the Matador Fan Zone next. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, that's a great transition because we're going to talk about the senior class and we're going to talk about senior night, and that's always a special thing and always want to get a win, and you guys, of course, did that. We'll talk senior night and look ahead to what's next for the Matadors. It's the Matador Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score.
Breaking down Estacado sports. This is the Matador Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back to the Matador Fan Zone here on 100.7 The Score. Clint Scott in for Randy Rosetta, and we're talking Estacado boys basketball as it is almost playoff time. One more regular season game, and that is at Levelland tomorrow night. The first game at home was an 81-56 win over the Matadors, but I want to keep talking about the win last night against Big Spring because, Coach, go to you, and it was senior night. Mm-hmm. What has this senior class meant to you and to your program?
They've been outstanding, man. I mean, I've challenged them in ways that I haven't challenged some of my classes in a while. We decided that we were going to get after this past summer and off season, and they did it. And so now I think they're just getting the rewards from all their hard work. You know, it's 9 of them. And, you know, I'm a big crybaby, so I don't know how I'm going to do graduation this year with all of them, with me walking them in. But, you know, it's just one of those things that they're pleasant to be around, you know, almost to the point to where I like them too much, to where sometimes I'm like, okay, did he really mean to do that? You know, and so I just, you know, it's gonna be tough when they're gone.
Before or after the game, was there any specific message on senior night, or, you know, were you still trying to treat it kind of like a normal game?
Well, we started 5 seniors during the game, but it's for us, we try to limit the distractions, and so we try to keep it as normal as possible because they already know it's a special day. They go to the locker room and it's made up. You know, it's actually clean. There's food after the game. You know, their parents are there. They're getting gifts from the program, and so they already know there's a lot of stuff going on. But we just try to keep them focused, as focused as possible as you can keep teenagers
right
on a day like that. And so, but they responded well.
Amar, how would you grade the focus of you guys? You think you had everything in check?
I'd probably say like a B+.
You look at Levelland, and you had that 81-56 win earlier in the year. How much can you repeat from that win to tomorrow night to have a perfect district season, the opportunity that lies ahead of you guys?
We just can't start the game out slow like we did last time. Because I think it was 4-0 or something like that at the start of the game, and Coach Wagner had to sub off 5 of us out so we can get going.
Cam, I'll ask you the same exact question. Again, this will be a 6:15 tip at Levelland tomorrow night. What do you see out of the Levelland team?
They're a pretty good team. I mean, but I think as long as we stay disciplined and do what we taught to do, I think it'll be just another night.
Coach, you've seen Levelland as well. When you're breaking them down from, you know, a schematic standpoint, what do they do well? What are you trying to stop?
I mean, they really they got a good player in Eric Jones, and I think that he's the key to them. So we're gonna try to cut the head off to kill. I guess what it is. I guess you can't say that on the radio, but yeah, we're gonna try to make him be a basketball player this time. I think last time he was able to get loose a few times, and I think a lot of that was a lack of concentration on us, on our behalf, because kids watch scores and they see that they played this team and they lost to this team, but we just played them and beat them by 50. You know, so sometimes it's hard to get that motivation at the beginning of the games, but I figured out a way to do it. You know the benches are amazing too. And so and we had to do that first game and bring in that second group, and they got us going.
Cam, you guys haven't lost since December 27th. That was in the Cap Rock tournament, and it was Dallas Carter. Since then, you guys have been lights out. Take me back to, you know, when you look back at that loss to Dallas Carter, was anything that changed, or was it just refocusing, or, you know, what was the switch from there to the district run you guys have been on?
You know, I would say going to the Dallas Carter game, you know, it was some doubts there and there from not us but other people. You know, they thinking that we can't hang with a top 5 4A school. You know, and after we played that game, you know, we didn't get down, beat ourselves up. We realized like we can hang with them. You know, we could possibly beat them and meet them again. So I think that made us want to work harder. You know, push ourselves more to be better.
So it sounds like, you know, you guys are certainly playing that way, rolling with a ton of confidence. Amar, how would you say, how would you rate the confidence level that you guys feel right now with one district game left, and then we'll be heading into the playoffs?
Well, we have a lot of confidence that we can go all the way to the state tournament. And we talk about that all the time in the locker room and stuff like that.
Coach, when you're looking at, you know, big picture, little picture, when you're talking about that, hey, we think we can make a lot of noise in the playoffs, do you guys as a staff talk about that, or is it focusing in more on like game at a time kind of angle?
It's game, and we want them to believe that it's game at a time, but we try to sneak in things that we know that other teams are going to be doing or playing defensively within our regimen throughout the practice during the week, so that once we see those things, it's not new to us. So we kind of try to prepare for it all long term.
Coach, you've had a lot of successful teams in your time there with Estacado. When you look at this team, Where does it stack up maybe to some others that you've had under you?
It can be as good a team as I've had. We got every component that we need to win a state championship, and it's just going to be about, you got to be a little lucky too, but I certainly think that we're good enough. I don't think that's going to be the issue. It's just a matter of us playing as well as we possibly can when we have to. Yeah. And if we do those things, I think we're going to be fine.
Armond, when you're looking at what's it going to take to make a deep tournament run, like what are you guys talking about in the locker room from player to player?
Just doing what we know we can do. Mm-hmm. Like Coach Wag always says, same suit, different bow all the time.
Now, do you guys repeat a lot of the sayings like that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's good. That's the way it's supposed to work. Whenever you guys are describing who you are identity-wise as a team, Cam, what do you say about the team you're playing on over there at Estacado?
Can you repeat that, sir?
Hey, how would you just describe your guys' team? How do you play style and approach stuff like that?
I would say we're an outgoing team. Sometimes we may play around a little too much. Coach I get onto us, make us lock in, stuff like that. But I'd say we got a pretty solid team.
Well, you guys have played more than solid, and looking for more of that as you guys move on. You'll see Levelland tomorrow night. Appreciate your guys' time and coming in. It's been great talking with you. Good luck tomorrow night, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Thanks for having us.
This has been the Matador Fan Zone here on 100.7 The Score. We'll be back with more next as we turn the page to Lubbock High on 100.7 The Score.